Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of
Steed. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Do you understand the concept of the tooth fairy?
Hey, I'm Winnie.
I had a stuffed animal named Winnie.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it wasn't technically an animal. I took a Ziploc bag and I stuffed it with old newspaper and then I drew a smile on it.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
Welcome back to another new edition Chubstep. Lot of changes. New mic. Had that last episode, hasn't released yet. I don't even know how it sounds. It might sound bad.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
Okay.
It's going to come out tomorrow as we're recording this, but yeah.
Good. Now I got a new face. So for you YouTube enjoyers out there, check out the new face. It's
got
fucking
a lot of work
sick.
done. A lot of work done.
Yeah, and I look good. I was trying to do a Santa. I was trying to figure out how the Santa
Oh
thing.
yeah. Well, you got some time before Santa. He's in Bahamas right now.
Yeah, he loves the Bahamas. That son of a bitch.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry about him right now. But yeah, that would be a good way to do it. But congrats on the work. I mean, yeah, it looks really natural from what I
Does look natural. You could,
From what I
if you
can
saw
tell.
me at a restaurant, you'd be like, "Whoa, this guy looks sick."
Yeah, I would think that guy looks sick.
No, like in a cool way.
Oh, yeah.
Look when I do this.
Yeah. But wow, people have to see this.
God, I wish I looked like this.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man! You realize how ugly you are after you put this filter on your face.
Yeah, exactly. You can see how much better you could be looking. Yeah, it's a good point, Steed.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
There was that free solo of the building in Asia. You saw this thing on Netflix where
Alex Honnold?
Alex Honnold, yeah. He climbed the 101 story Taipei. This is in January.
Ooh.
End of January. I've been inspired by that. I've been going to local rock climbing gyms and having them, when they're looking away, free soloing the rock climbing wall as I go up. Trying to
You're
just
free
do things.
climbing the rock climbing wall?
Yeah, I don't need I hate having the restraints on me.
That's dangerous.
No, it's fine.
Alex Honnold's a pro.
Yeah, I mean, how do you get to be a pro unless you start doing it, right? And what's safer than a rock climbing gym?
You're like 30. You're over 30.
He's older than me.
He was climbing since he was a boy, though.
I went to a bunch of when I was young, you didn't think I didn't go to like a few birthday parties?
Tom Brady, I'm saying Tom Brady can play pro football when he's 45.
He's 40. Alex Honnold's 40.
Alex Honnold's 40? He looks it.
Yeah. So what's the big deal with me starting off at 34 doing free soloing at the rock climbing gym?
I don't think you're getting up that cliff, bro.
I gotta start somewhere.
I don't think you're making it up that cliff, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't tell you how high I was going to. So far, I've only got up about 5 feet. But you got to start somewhere.
Okay, I mean, last time I rock climbed, I free soloed. I didn't need ropes. I didn't even consider ropes, by the way.
Yeah.
You saw me there. You saw me up that wall.
Wait, where did I see you?
The one time I've done rock climbing with the air mattress.
When you fell into Timmy's
into a pit with the boy.
Yeah, where you fell into an airbag with the little Timmy. And his mom keeps emailing us and being upset.
He got sucked into that pit with me. And
yes. That was the problem with the airbag, is it kind of sucks. The smaller person is going to be sucked into where the large person is, and then it
felt like a goddamn black hole.
You're just stuck with this child that you don't know in the same airbag hole.
Yeah, rolling around, everything's getting
disturbing.
Meshed up together. I did not like that. Like, I thought about filing a lawsuit against that place.
You should.
Well, you know what? encourage you to do this.
Okay.
Don't let your dreams down.
Thank you.
Don't let your dreams be at the top of that cliff,
Okay.
and you'll never reach them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there something else you want to get to before we get to the main topic here, Steve?
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
Yep.
I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
Okay, so we had a March Madness bracket challenge between our fantasy football group.
Yes.
Here we go. Here we go. All right. There's 10 people in this maximum.
I think we have like 11 entries on this, but yes, keep going.
Yeah, 11 minus 2, 11, 10, 9. So 9 people entered into this thing. Close friends. Jared suggests, hey, what if we have 2 entries for $30? The second entry is only $30 for the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And I protested. Yep. I protested because what are we doing here? Like, we're just making a million brackets, getting discounts, improving our odds, trying to rig the system.
Yeah, as I explained.
So then you said, no, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay. Okay.
So then you said, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll just add my wife's as a separate $50. So
yeah,
you were trying to
entry.
Scam your wife in for $20 off.
I was giving
were trying to scam your wife in for $20 off. You were trying to save $20 and scam Amy into the competition and get $20 off the entry.
No. That's actually not what I was trying to do. But I can see how you could interpret it that way.
The truth came out pretty darn quickly.
Here's the reality.
Jared.
Here's the reality of what happened. Half the people there don't care about college basketball at all and don't want to do one. And so some people are suggesting $100 buy-in. And I'm like, we're going to have like 4 entries.
I asked ChatGPT to make my bracket. It made the whole thing for me.
Okay, but
I didn't pick a single game.
Okay, great. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it doesn't. Here's the deal. This is what happens when I try to set things up.
This is what happens when you're the commissioner. You've got too much power.
Nobody else sets things up.
You have too much power. You can't be March Madness commissioner and fantasy football commissioner.
Okay, well, nobody else is setting
it up. We need a division of powers.
Okay, so nobody else is setting this up. I had to do it.
This is getting out of hand.
It is getting out of hand. Okay. And you know what happens when people get out of hand, Steed?
They go to jail.
They go to jail. That's the topic here. Prisons, jail. You haven't been to prison, right? You have not been to jail.
Nope.
No. Either have I. I've like toured prisons before. I've toured a bunch of prisons and jails.
I've been to Alcatraz, but that's it.
You've been like, to the island? I've seen it. I didn't take the boat.
Yeah, I took the boat.
Okay,
it was old and shitty and like small.
Oh, okay, yes. But probably one of the most famous prisons, I would say.
Ever. Yeah, because they just put it on an island.
They put it on an island. That could be some expensive property if they want to sell that off.
They really should.
So do you know about the Great Escape here? So the Great Prison Escape of Alcatraz, 1962. There's actually a different place called the Great Escape that World War II.
Yeah, they died, didn't they?
They don't know.
They're dead. Yeah, they don't know because they died swimming.
Well,
like
they
4
presume
miles.
them as either they're dead or okay. So here's I'll give a brief explanation. There was 3 guys. There's actually supposed to be a fourth. The fourth guy couldn't get out of his vent in time.
Yeah, classic vent.
1962. And I think one of the guys was named Frank Morris. The other guy's John and Clarence Anglin. They were brothers. So this took months for them to do, and they used vacuum cleaner motors as a drill, and then like just every little metal utensil they could get to dig out of, basically to chisel out concrete around their air vents, and then they would get like behind the cell and find places, and then the key was you had to dig where people weren't hearing you, so they would like play music during. Play accordions during music hour and like be very loud during the time you could be loud, and then have the people that weren't making the music be chiseling away at stuff. And then they had to make like fake people to be sitting in their beds.
Yeah, that's a classic slumber party tactic.
Exactly. Yeah, you've seen it in movies a million times. And then they think they're like paper mache type things, which I think soap and toilet paper is what they used. And then on the night they did it, they removed their vents, go through everything, go down all these pipes and smokestacks, and they had sewn together a bunch of raincoats and to make an inflatable raft. But it
Yeah.
was 54-degree water, San Francisco Bay, and it was very windy. It was like a shitty weather, and the currents were
Um,
really strong.
would you
Um,
describe raincoats as particularly buoyant?
no, no, they would have to really be. I mean, they'd have to be sewn
You'd have to
together.
be gifted. I
But
mean,
they are
watertight
they are
sewing.
watertight. They are water. One of them is. But yeah, to
That's going to sink within
are
10 feet.
so people are so determined. Well, if you can inflate this, right? The key is it airtight that you can inflate it and go. But when people are so determined, see, if you were put all your time into making raincoats a raft, you might. I don't know.
Yeah, it might look like a raft, but it's not going to be a
Yes.
raft. It's not going to
Yes.
float. Raincoats?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So anyway, these guys never, they were presumed dead, that they died, getting out there, but they were never caught. And you know, not, but there was no like reported crimes right after. 2013, there was a letter that came out saying that they were living in South America, but nobody ever confirmed or denied that. And then Mythbusters actually did replicate it and said it was plausible that it could happen. But again, if these guys got away with it, it was a big
I
escape, and
I
they were
don't
living
know.
down in South America.
Would they be alive? If I was them and I'm 90 years old, I would come out and be like,
I don't
I
know
did it.
how old
I got
they
out of there.
were. I'd have to look it up. I mean, obviously, if they were in their 30s, I mean, they could potentially. I would have to look up how old they were. 1962. So I mean, let's assume they were in their 30s, 20s or 30s when this happened. So born in 32, they could plausibly still be alive right now, but unlikely, I would say.
Yeah, so they should come out on their deathbed.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right? Hey, it was
Yeah.
me.
Hey, coppers, suck it. What are
I
you gonna
think
do?
I think there's so many things that people would want to say those, but I don't know if you always get that opportunity to know, like, oh yeah, in 5 minutes I'll be gone. Let me say all these
They
things
could
I
have
want to
written
get
a
off my
book
chest.
or something.
Oh yes, upon my death, read this book.
I mean, they could have been rich in life if they just
True.
wrote a book about how they got out of Alcatraz.
But then just stayed in a spot where they can't get extradited.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's George Bush.
Yeah. Here's the thing about prisons. People just are going to try to get out.
I don't
They don't
know.
like being locked up.
It depends. Like, I mean, I hear like Norway has nice prisons.
Okay. Yeah, the Norway prisons. Crazy nice. Modern prison. You know about if you know the
I've heard
details of
like
it?
those guys just get to like go home sometimes,
Well,
and
yeah,
they're
I
just
mean,
like, they're like,
yeah.
okay, see you for the day. See you later. Be home
Yeah.
by 6.
So there's this place called Halden Prison, which is in 2010 that opened up. And it's called the most luxurious prison. And it's got like the bad guys in it. This is not like a white collar crime prison type of thing. And it's it's like it's almost seems like too good to be true. Like you would want to get locked up in this for certain people. like apparently they
Yeah,
have like a flat screen TV, a private bathroom with a shower,
now we're
um,
talking.
and a window with no bars looking into the trees. And there's not any sort of protection except for a large 20-foot concrete wall that's around the whole perimeter. But there's no like guard towers, electric fences, barbed wire, that sort of thing. The guards apparently don't carry weapons. Um, they have a whole recording studio. They have a rock
Oh,
climbing
yeah.
wall. Speaking of that, fitness center, library with
So they
cookbooks.
can train to leave the other wall.
Exactly. But here's the crazy thing. So the recidivism rate, the people that go back to prison in Norway is around 20%.
Okay.
In the US, it's 50 to 60%. Britain around 70%.
Damn, Britain
So
sucks. Britain sucks.
yeah, so like you're like, okay, that's great, 20%, but here's the downside. It costs 98,000 euros a year to keep somebody in Halden, right? Because it's like luxury. You're paying 100
Yeah,
grand to keep a prisoner in jail
seems
versus in England
nice.
it's like 40%. But if you're factoring in that, somebody is more than 3 times as likely to go back to prison in Britain versus in Halden, that actually the math actually maths, if you will, in that way, as the Brits would say, the maths
Mm.
maths, and
Yeah, I
it
don't know. If
actually makes sense.
somebody stabbed me and then they got to just go hang out and make rap songs with their friends,
Yeah.
I really don't think that justice has been served there.
Yeah.
Um, so
No, yeah, that actually would piss me off a little bit. But if you're like, but I
I'd be
think it's
like,
also
I'm gonna go stab him back, and then I'll be in prison too.
yeah,
Like,
but I guess the question is, would you rather have like 5 years in this fancy Norwegian prison or like 2 years in an American prison?
oh, um, I guess it depends which American prison, because like the
So like
ones
ones
down
you see in the
south get really
movies.
hot. The ones in the movies where everyone's like, "Hey, hey,
Hey,
white
and you got to
boy."
join a gang. You got to join a gang, otherwise you're gonna get
Yeah,
killed.
the second you walk in, they're
You got
like,
to pick a racist group to stick
"Hey,
with.
hey, bitch," and then like some giant guy comes up and you
You
bump
got to
into him
yeah, you have to get
every
in the
time.
fight your first day. So yeah,
Yeah.
either one of those for 2 years or this Norwegian prison for 5 years.
Ooh. Um. Oh my God. I don't know. That's 3 extra years. I feel like U.S. prison. I would go U.S. because then I could go on other podcasts and be like, "This is what prison's really like."
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'll have a big, you know, gang tattoo on my face,
Yes. I
and I'll
would
be
do it for the
like,
tattoo as
"I
well.
did what I had to do.
I'm
I didn't like
picturing,
it."
yeah, I'm picturing the Nordic, the Salton prison doesn't have the same sort of prison tat scenarios as an American prison, and half the reason to go into prison is to get the tattoo.
Yeah, free tattoos. On the other side, there's actually some quite dangerous prisons in the world,
Yes, let's hear it.
which you probably didn't know this, but yeah, prison can be a dangerous place.
Interesting.
So in the US, we got about 1.25 million people in prison, not no jail. I'm talking
We have that many
prison.
people in prison?
That's more than people we have in the army.
Oh my God.
So we got to get creative. We got to do what Russia's doing and just maybe send a couple guys out front lines, you know. Venezuela just beat us in baseball. Yeah, we got their president, but they beat us in baseball. Who won the Cold War? They just won the Cold War.
That's true. That's true.
Like you got four New York Yankees players and you can't beat Venezuela? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah, that's a
doing, US
tough luck.
baseball?
That's a
This is
tough luck.
honestly, it's an embarrassment. After hockey just beat Canada,
Yeah.
stuck it to Trudeau for
Yes.
dating Katy Perry, piece of shit. And then baseball, I'm done with baseball. Baseball is dead to me. They should be in prison. Okay. Anyways, we got 1.25 million people.
Yeah.
Uh, about 63% of people in prison are there for violent crimes,
Oh, good.
which that lets you know the people you're in with. 13% are in there for property crimes,
Mm.
which that's embarrassing. You're property criming. Uh, about 13% are also in for drug offenses, which is a lot lower than people think.
Yeah.
People think that number is like 60% because
Yeah. Yes.
they're just
Well,
it's add-ons, you know.
yeah, I
It's
exactly. Yes, yes. That's something they usually tack on to a bigger crime. I remember talking to this, he was a police chief for Vernon Hills, which is a suburb of Chicago, and him telling me like the amount that somebody actually has to have in possession for them to get thrown in jail. And this is before like marijuana was even like legalized in the US. This was probably like or in Illinois. So this is, I don't know, maybe around 10 years ago or something. I just remember him saying like the amount of drugs you actually have to have on you to get thrown in jail is like an, an insane amount. Like
yeah,
you
otherwise you
are
just get like a fine.
yes, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
don't do drugs, fine.
Yes. And but he said like what you would see, what you would see in the media would be very different than what the reality is of how you actually get thrown in jail for drugs. And he said there's different scenario, there's exceptions to that, but in general, somebody has to have like a crazy amount to actually get thrown in prison for that. So yeah,
Yeah,
you're right, Steve, that is a low percentage.
I'm fine with any meth related offenses to be taken, put in one of these deadly prisons we're gonna go over in a minute.
Okay.
Um, so we've got the most prisoners in the world.
Nice.
China has less than us. They have 1.7 million.
Okay.
And then it's like Brazil and India, but those guys, Their prisons
Well,
sound pretty fun
do you
too.
think that's because we're such a big football sport, and then like all the
Uh-huh.
prisons play
Hmm.
each other in football, and that's
Yep.
you go because you always get longest yard scenarios
Yeah,
when
that's
the
why the guys
prisons are
don't.
playing each other. They're
They
playing with
tank their own
guards.
parole hearings.
Yeah.
So no, I think it's just because we like have police. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
might walk around a little bit of Brazil and not get stabbed,
Yeah.
but I'll walk around most of the U.S. and not get stabbed.
Yeah.
And that's because 1.8 million people are in jail. Kudos to the jails. Kudos to prisons. I'm on
Okay.
team prison.
Okay,
Lock
your
them
team
up.
prison.
Yeah, I'm not out here
Yeah.
stabbing people. If somebody
Yeah.
stabs somebody, put them in jail.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, I
riding
hear
the,
that. I hear that.
I don't want to be riding my bike down the road and then a stabbing guy walks out. Come on, get him out of here.
The people that, yes, exactly. I'm on the same page. I think we could go to a whole nother thing about how do you prevent people from getting to that stage where they're committing crimes. That's a whole separate conversation.
Yeah.
But yes, once somebody stabs somebody, go ahead and throw them in jail.
Yeah, put them in jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, jail might be safer than you think. Here's
Okay.
this is a crazy stat. So there's 2 to 4 deaths per 100,000 inmates every year, like
Okay.
for murders,
Yeah.
homicides. 2 to 4. The number at its minimum this year is 5. It's 5 to 7 outside the prisons,
Okay.
murders. So you're more likely to be murdered outside of
Out
prison
of
than
prison
in
than in
prison.
prison.
But you are much more likely to be beaten up inside the prison. So
Okay.
you got to pick your poison.
Yeah.
You want to increase your getting murdered odds, or you want to increase your getting beat up odds?
Well, I would want to increase my beating up odds because you get a good scar. Sometimes you get beat up, you get a good scar, and that looks tough.
Does look pretty tough.
Yeah, I like a good scar. I mean, do I want one? I don't really want one, no. But like, do I respect somebody that has a big scar across their face? Yeah. It scares me and I respect it.
I'm taking the murder odds.
Okay, you'd rather be outside prison. Interesting. Okay. Interesting take.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean these numbers do get skewed. So some of the bad prisons out there. These are like it's comical to me. I don't know if that's the right term. But it's just funny how like each of these prisons is like evil in a different way. They all have their own like unique thing. We're like, oh, that prison has that.
Okay.
You'll see. Um, okay, so you know about the New Mexico prison riot in like 1980?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, a bunch of guys rioted. 33 inmates were killed. I don't think any guards were killed, but it wasn't great. This is like the start of bad prisons. They just had like this is a classic bad prison. Too many people, the food's bad,
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't count. And then yeah, there was a huge prison riot. They like took over the prison and just started like smashing shit and like
Yeah.
stabbing each other. They just love all prisoners all love stabbing.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
love
they
a good
do.
shiv.
Yeah, then there's one in Colorado. This is called ADX Florence. It's like super high, whatever, security.
This is the Colorado one, right?
Yeah, this is a Colorado one.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this one. I don't know too much about jail. They have like terrorists, organized crime leaders.
Yeah, I think this is where El Chapo is, right? This is the
Oh, he is? He's probably there.
Florence is where El Chapo is, yeah.
Okay, so this one, their little thing is they put prisoners in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Which is insane.
Apparently, that's not good for your mental health.
Do a side note while you're in aligns with solitary confinement here, just as a
Okay.
side note with that. So there was a 1829, there's the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philly. And they were trying to do something different for prisons. So like, hey, we're going to give them silence, a Bible, time to reflect on their crimes until you feel sorry, right? So
Oh my
they actually
God.
invented the concept of the penitentiary, the solitary confinement. And they at the time
They thought
were
it was
like,
going to
oh,
work.
yeah, they're like, this is what people need. They just need some quiet time to themselves and to reflect and be like, hey, it'll all be good. So it actually had a lot of these were like state of the art where they had plumbing and central heat and little exercise yards.
Oh,
And it was the same sort of thing where somebody would be like 23 hours a day at the cell and they get like an hour of their own. Basically, they were like, "Oh no, this is actually drives people insane. It actually
whoops.
doesn't. Yeah, you too much time to reflect and you just go insane."
Well, you got to figure that out somehow.
Yes, and for a little bit, Al Capone was actually an inmate there for a small amount of time. He's also in Alcatraz, I believe, too. But he got a much different cell than others. You can go tour this place, I believe, now.
The
You
Al
can see what
Capone cell.
his cell was like. But yeah, they were like, "Oh yeah, solitary confinement. That works. That's a great
Whoops.
idea." Then so that one you said, Steed, that's the bad one. Too much time.
Too much time. So their bad thing is they just leave you 23 hours a day. I don't know what you're doing for that other hour.
I will say ADX Florence sounds like a
Sounds like a cool band.
cool. I was gonna say cool nightclub in Italy
Oh yeah.
or
Where are we
something
going?
like an electronic
ADX.
EDM dance club or something.
Going to
But yeah, I
ADX.
also like it also could be a band.
Okay, so then this prison in Kenya, it's called Kamiti Maximum Security Prison. Their fun thing is they were built for 1,400 people. Now they have over 5,000.
Yeah.
It might be down now. So they're at like 5 times their capacity. So basically, it's disgusting. You just have a bunch of guys squeezed into prison cells. They don't have clean food, clean water. Well, they don't really have any food. The guards abuse and torture the prisoners, which, it's reported that creates an atmosphere of fear and oppression.
It's one way to do it. It's one
That's
way to do it.
That's one way to do it. Yeah, so, they don't give them toilet paper or anything. The good news here, so this one's overcrowded, so you're sleeping dude to dude, head to head, maybe crouched. You might not get a full lie down.
Wait, it's head to head, or are they doing like
I don't know how they're gonna
style, like foot to head?
I don't know how they're gonna arrange it.
Okay.
That's not up to me.
Yeah.
But the good thing is you can bribe the guards in this prison.
What is the name of that prison?
Kamiti, maximum security. Oh yeah, there's old Kamiti.
I mean, I would say it looks almost exactly how I thought it would look.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing soccer though. Looks
Yeah,
fun.
they do have soccer, it looks like.
And some women performing
Oh yeah, some gymnastics.
I
Yeah,
like these. Can I say something? I like their
They got
prison
style. They
outfits.
got style.
So I really like. Okay, so they have it's
Mhm.
like classic black and white stripes, but it's
They
almost
went
like-
vertical.
Yes.
They're normally horizontal, aren't they?
Yes, they went vertical. It looks almost
Mhm.
like a
They're
pinstripe
thin.
suit, and then a lot of them have different variations of this black and white hat.
The cap. Hmm.
I like this a lot. This might be my favorite prison
And they have a
outfit.
V-neck sweater over that.
And some guy, yeah, some of these guys do like an orange. This is crazy. Yeah, you could like personalize it as long as you look like you're in prison. Each of these guys have a different hat. You can kind of personalize it here. I
Yeah,
like
you
this.
must get to build your own hat. They probably have like a little workshop where you build your own hat.
Yeah, I'm kind of in on these outfits, but out on the prison.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems fun.
Okay.
I don't know. Guantanamo Bay is a prison? I didn't. Well, I like knew it. Yeah, we're keeping like terrorist guys there.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a prison. We've all seen the pictures.
Yeah, that's where the famous waterboarding and stuff.
Yeah, and I was waterboarded
Yep.
at your house,
Yes, I remember that. I think we both tried waterboarding.
and it was horrific.
Not fun.
I was shocked at how well it worked.
Yeah.
I was like, these terrorists are bitches. They can't take a
Yeah.
little waterboarding, a little water on the face. No, it feels like you're drowning
It does feel like
immediately. The
it's
second
crazy.
it starts.
Yeah, yeah, it is weird how fast even though you're not even in water, they're just pouring water over this rag that's over your mouth. It's weird.
Yeah, it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
The sensation of drowning, it takes you over
Yeah.
instantly. You can't even hold your breath. Like I was like, I'm just gonna hold my breath and people will think I'm cool. Nope. Did not work that way.
Yeah, I did forget we did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, a lot of bad press. They gotta
Bad press.
flip the script around that.
Apparently, you can't piss on inmates anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. People
What's
got
the deal with
soft.
that?
People got real soft, apparently.
Yeah. And this was first when I realized that, like, hey, you know what? Women can be bad people too.
Yeah.
Because, we were young and, we're just watching Disney movies and
Yes.
stuff. There's no woman bad guys. Then I saw a
Yeah.
picture of, some chick smoking a cigarette, like pissing on a guy. And I was like, whoa. I didn't know they had it in them.
There was how about one of the biggest prisons, Steed, ever? And I'm talking about the whole continent of Australia.
I love that prison. That one worked out. Whatever they did over there, that worked out perfect.
Britain, right? They had at one point they had these kind of floating, they called hulks. They were floating prisons,
That's
but
badass.
they got so bad they needed like to do something else. So like, hey, how about Australia? Which is now, popular vacation spot. But at the time, they're like, hey, let's just ship all of our prisoners over there. So in 1787, so this is after the Brits lost the Revolutionary War.
Oh, rough.
Which at one point they were sending a lot of prisoners to the U.S. as well. But they send 11 ships and about 800 convicts to Australia. And then eventually it was a total of 162,000 were
Oh my
transferred
God.
over like almost like an 80-year span. So, but it was crazy because some of these were like pretty minor things. So, like one lady, this lady named Elizabeth Beckford, got 7 years for stealing a wheel of cheese.
Well, you can't be
She
doing
stole a wheel
that.
of cheese, like to get you a trip to Australia. Now, there's so many people that would go to Australia and be like, "This is such an upgrade from England's weather."
Oh
I've
my
been to
God.
both. I've been to both places. If I had to live long term in a place, weather-wise, I mean, it's not even close. It's Australia.
Coastal
Now,
Australia.
coastal Australia, that's a good point. If you're in the center where it's desert, I mean that's worse than gray skies and stuff like that. Uh, there was a guy, a 11-year-old got sent there for stealing ribbon, and then it was a
Hmm.
chimney sweep that was 9. Yeah, he got sent for stealing as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got steal, you're sending to you
I mean,
steal, you're
that's
going to
progressive because the punishment before that was
yeah,
like, we're chopping your hand off, we're hanging
yeah,
you, or Australia. I'd be like, help, sign me up.
yes.
Here's this
Well,
good boogie boarding. I want to go
yeah,
boogie
I
board.
mean, they were just mostly sent there to be like workers on farms and stuff, like indentured servants, essentially.
Eh. So when your sentence was up, did you get to like leave?
I don't know if you get to go back or you get to stay there. I'd have to do some more research on that. It's a good question. Well, obviously a lot of people stayed there because a lot of their thing now is that like, oh hey, we're a like that's kind of like a pride point for a lot of people in Australia now.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
all in the convicts, mate.
hey mate,
Yeah, of
hey, we
course.
so started from there, eh?
Of course we can't get a Jimbo. I'm a
Couple guys,
convict.
couple gals.
My uncle was a convict. He still
Yeah, spot on. Spot on Australian impression. So yeah, anyway, that's Australia, one of the biggest prisons at the time.
And by the way, when you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
In World War II, there's a bunch of soldiers, U.S. soldiers that were stuck in a German camp. They're like, hey, 1944, they're like, let's get out of here. They dug 3 tunnels over 15 months using spoons, and then they put bedboards over the tunnel that they were coming to. And 53, or sorry, 76 guys escaped, but only 3 actually made it to
Oh no.
freedom. 50 were caught and executed. And then the
Oof.
other, what is that, 23 were just locked back up.
But 3 guys,
I don't love the odds. I don't love the odds.
I wouldn't love the odds when they're like 3 months in and they're like, how much longer do you think? You're like, we're an eighth of the way there.
Yeah. Oh, no
I'd be
kidding. I
like,
know.
I'm not digging for 15 more months.
But nobody really wants to be locked up from the Nazis. You never know. Like, they didn't know at this time, like, okay, they're a year, a little over a year away from being
I
the
was
war
I
being
was gonna
over.
say, yeah. At what point did the war end? Because then we joined that
Yeah.
thing late,
What's
and then the
victory year
war kind of
update?
ended because we're so good. The Americans are so good at fighting.
V-Day. Let me see. V-Day was, yeah, May 8th, 1945. So these guys were, so yeah, they were a year and 2 months away.
Too much. I'm staying the year for the digging. To not have to dig a tunnel for
Yeah.
15 months, I would relax.
They didn't know. You have no information when you're in there.
I might like smooth the Nazis up, try and join them, just as a spy or something.
Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
join their team, but like, trick them.
You're saying if you were a prisoner, how do you schmooze? Schmooze?
I'd smooze them. So like the guards would be standing in a line, like yelling at some prisoners, and I would slowly like work my way to be standing on their side, like, come on, guys, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, come on, guys. We really got to listen.
We gotta lock it up around
They don't
here,
want to do this
okay?
any more than we do.
Yeah, focus. These guys could be relaxing in the guard tower. Instead, they had to come down here and stop you from digging another tunnel, which I told them about.
Yeah. So that's okay. I like that idea of just anytime you're in prison, just slowly work your way to being on their side, even though like it's just a way to escape at some point or to not be punished as much.
Well, yeah, mainly just you got it easier if you're hanging out with the guards.
Yeah, well, that's true. Except for you can't be, but it's a fine line because you go too far, then when it gets liberated, then everybody's like, well, he's actually bad, and then you get shot.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Who are they going to believe, the guards or the prisoners?
Good point.
Prisoners are in there for something.
Good point. I'm just going to talk one more quick escape. Ben, we could do a whole thing just on prison escapes because there's so many people try to do this all the time. There was a 2015, these two guys that were convicted killers, and they escaped. Same sort of thing. They cut through these kind of steel walls and all these, whatever. They get out of this prison in New York, and they had this whole thing set up, and they were supposed to be picked up by this lady in her car, and she just decided not to show up.
Oh my God.
And then so they actually get out, and she's just not there. She had checked herself into a hospital. And so they actually were loose for 23 days, but obviously their main escape path wouldn't work. And they both, one was killed, the other one was shot and then captured. So, like basically.
If I'm a murderer and I make a plan to get out of prison and somebody's like, yeah, I'll help you, I'm doing murder again when they don't show up.
Yes, finding out where that person went.
I've already proved that I'm good.
Yes.
I can do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to turn on the. Yeah, you're right. There's a show apparently called Escape from Dannemora where you can see the full detail of the story.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be pretty annoying to be like, you did all the work and then the person just need to show up with the car.
I'd be like, God damn it. Yeah, my new mission would just be hunting them down.
Yes, I agree. I agree. If anybody's been to prison, has some good prison stories, able to show chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't know anybody that goes to prison. I don't associate myself with riffraff.
We need to. I think that's the problem.
You're saying we're
getting soft.
to. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'll just start like picking fights with guys.
I've technically sent people to prison. Does that count? As I talked about.
Well, you associated with them.
That's true. I mean, I got a letter from them. I got money from them, people in prison.
So. And they gave you like $32 or something.
Yeah. Yeah. For those that aren't, a few weeks ago, I mentioned that, when I was robbed at gunpoint 10 years ago, those guys were in jail and I just got some money from it the other day. So yeah, I mean, I guess I do kind of associate. Let's have them on the pod.
We should have them on the pod. Honestly, I'd have them on. They live a lot closer to you than me.
Hands up.
They live a lot closer to you than me.
That's true. That's true.
They're not coming out here to freaking Portland.
Yeah. Oh God. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
I just want to hear their side of the story.
Yeah, like what if they're like, man, we just wanted a PS5? I'd be like, okay, you're honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I would just let them play Xbox.
I wanted a PS5
they wanted to
too.
come up.
Yeah,
you could come up. I had an Xbox. I would have just played with them. I don't care.
Yeah, there's ways without stabbing people or possibly
pointing a gun at their arm. Yeah.
Their arm.
I should have
Okay,
just talked it through a little bit. All right, well, perfect.
just real quick, one last thing.
Yeah.
If it was your first day in prison, how would you like get people's respect?
Well, I mean, they always, in the movie, it's always have to like start a fight with
Yeah, but
somebody, right?
you can't fight that. That's the one thing you can't do.
Okay. Well, what else did I do to show respect?
Like get
Um,
people
to get people to show me
the
respect.
respect. Yeah.
Um, I would probably sing, I'd stand up and sing why Buttercup. Why don't you
Oh man.
fill me up, fill me, Buttercup,
Buttercup,
ain't you
baby.
just to let me down.
Honestly, that could be a really good
I feel like in the movies,
bonding.
that's what would happen. Then everybody starts singing along. I basically, I would stand up at the front of the cafeteria and sing a song that everybody could sing along to. I would basically do it like in an NFL summer camp when they make the rookies do a performance to fit in
Okay, yeah.
and embarrass myself.
Yeah. That's better than like okay.
What was your idea?
Okay. So here's what I would do. I would be I'd go into jail and then everybody would look at me mean. And then like the white power guys would look at me
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "You're with us." And I'd be like, "I'm not with you.
Yeah, good.
That's not who I am." And they'd be like,
Yeah.
"You're toast." But then also the black guys would be like, "You're toast. We saw you talking to that."
Yeah.
And then maybe some Mexicans and Asians would also come.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, "You're toast." And then some Indians. I don't know if I'm missing any races. I just want to make
Sure.
sure I include all of them to not
Okay.
stereotype any races.
Sure. Sure.
So all the races are mad at me now.
Okay.
And then I'm in the cafeteria line for lunch. And they're like, "Hey, like, here's your tray." And I taste it like in line. And I go, "Didn't you hear of putting some garlic in here?" And then somebody from the back goes, "Yeah." And everyone's like, "Yeah, maybe he should cook." And then the guy is like fed up behind the counter. He's like, "But you want to cook? You cook." And then I cook and I go back there and there was a mix up in delivery. So I get like high quality food for once and I cook it up real good. And they start calling me Garlic Vinny. They call me Garlic Vinny because I put so much garlic in all the food. Everybody loves it. And that way I'm
Okay.
indispensable long term.
Okay. So I feel like both of our examples of how we fit in prison comes from like a Broadway production of a jail scenario. And
I don't know. I don't know what it's like in there.
that's in our mind. That's how jail is. It's
Well, I mean, there's a
prison.
couple of
Prison's
guys.
just a
Like,
Broadway production.
I have a bunch of friends who are guys, and that's how we
Yeah,
interact.
exactly. Exactly.
Is-
It's no different there. Yeah, okay. Well, tell us what we got right, what we got wrong. If you've been to prison. Chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
Don't
New
give them our
episodes
email.
once a week.
Don't give convicts our email.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. The show has ended. Begun.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.